No, that's good. The track is a little bit bigger and it's wide and usually pretty good track, and yeah, I really like it there.
Super high-speed track. It's usually pretty cold. Has a lot of fun rhythm. So that's what I would think Canterbury.
Canterbury is such a great place. I mean, it's one of my favorite on the circuit. Just so awesome for the fans. It's so awesome how big of a crowd we get. I've gotten my first pro win there, so I have a lot of really good fond memories of Shakopee.
I can't say I've always had good luck there, but the last time that I was there, things went really well for me and I was able to win a bunch of races. So I've always liked that track. I've enjoyed it. It's pretty fun, long, usually pretty big jumps, whoops. Yeah, it's pretty technical, and yeah, I think definitely for the fans that one's the best one.
You know, I've always liked that track. It's a high-speed track, big jumps, always a huge crowd. It's always a great event, and I'm kind of excited that's the first race here now.
I love Canterbury. It's kind of close to home, so a lot of my family comes to it. My grandparents can come and watch from inside, and that's where I got my first Pro Light first place finish.
I feel like it's always been one of my favorite tracks, but like the past couple years I haven't had very good luck there. It's closest to my house. It's like 10 minutes away from my house, so I always have the most family and friends there out of any of the races I go to, so that's nice. But then it also adds a little bit extra pressure to me. So,
you know, Canterbury, there's a lot of, for me, there's a lot of anticipation. I really hope that we can have the same Canterbury that we had 3 years ago when, you know, we had the 22, you know, main event snow bikes. Obviously, that was the pinnacle of snow bikes for us that year, right before X Games. You know, we had all the competitors there. It was just, I mean, even people now talking about snow bikes in general, that's the race they pick out in their mind is, you know, Canterbury Park. That was a, you know, an amazing venue. And the track itself, it's a really challenging, really technical track, but it's nice because you get the jumps and the options. A lot of things you can do there. You can go ahead and triple a section, stay low, double. You can get some air, which is cool for the fans, and it's you know, normally one of the longer of the tracks too. So it's really nice because then endurance really starts to kick in and play too.
I love it there. Actually, first place, I got my first ever podium in 10 to 13. Yeah, that was first place. I love it there. It's usually cold. I like, you know, a little colder, not like Fargo weather, but that right around 0, you know, to negative. I really like Canterbury. Always a great track.
I'd say Canterbury is definitely what they say, like the Daytona of the sport, and I agree. Canterbury is a cool one. I'm really excited that's gonna be the first one this year. But Canterbury, I've had great years at Canterbury and I've had bad years, so I'm not too consistent, but we'll see how it goes this year.
It's a good track. It's always big, always like technical, even though it's big. So when I start racing, I was very like happy about it because it was a long track, like at home. But it's also super technical, and I've had like good and bad there. But it's very good for the spectators. So it's good.
You know, with all the the big building with all the lights, and it's kind of like the the Supercross like style. You know, everyone can see the whole track and sit inside, and
being on the start line and looking at that whole stadium is pretty overwhelming. I never had very good results there, but I'm ready to give it another shot.
Yeah, Canterbury's always been a fun one. I've had success there, and I've also had really bad races. My first year semi-pro, I had a really bad crash that I always think about when I go back to that race. Not in a haunting way, but I always think about it. But I've also had semi-pro wins and a lot of pro podiums. So it's been off and on there, but it's still the funnest race. We get the most family at that race, and it's such a cool crowd and a cool atmosphere at Canterbury.
I liked it. I've been there only once on my first year, and yeah, I like the layout. It was so fun. I like that that year it has like a big triple and then step on, step off. I thought that rhythm was unreal cool, and yeah, the layout was pretty sick too.
Yeah, I really like Shakopee. I mean, it's usually a bigger track, similar to what we can race back in Sweden, a little bit longer lap times, and then, yeah, last time I rode there, I think the whole indoor thing was sold out. There was a lot of people watching, so.
One time they did the elevated start. I hate those because the clutching has to be so perfect, and on the track it's kind of suck when it's good on the start. So I like the better start when it's flat.
it's up and down for me how I've done there through the years. I've been on the podium, I've had bad weekends there. So that way I don't really have any views on it, but it's always a fun track.
I like that track a lot because it has a better, like a huge rhythm section on the other side, like by the screen, and I'm always used to practice in big rhythm section, so yeah, I like that track a lot.